Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Aida Shafia. So today my team will be presenting for basic life support. Firstly, we will look over at the cardiopulmonary resuscitation, which is known as CPR. So in infant, firstly we must check for their responsiveness by tapping the sole of their feet while calling out for help loudly. Next, we will check the pulse check location at the brachial artery, as you can see in the picture above. And then we need to do chest compression for 1.5 inch deep. Lastly, for adult category, we must check their responsiveness by checking the victim's shoulder and shout to check for a response. And then for the pulse check location, we must check it at the carotid artery or the radial artery. Lastly, as for the depth of compression, it must be 2 inches deep.
Next, I would like to present about the compression delivery technique for infants, children, and adults. For the infants, they have two techniques, which are two-finger techniques. Two-finger techniques on the lower half of the sternum and avoid the ziphod process. The second one is two-thumb encircling hand technique. Position rescuer body at the infant's feet and place your thumb side by side on the center of the chest below the nipple line. Encircle the infant chest with your fingers supporting their back. For the children, use one or two hands based on child size. And lastly, for the adult, use heel of one hand on the lower half of the sternum and center in the middle of the chest.
Moving on to the next slide, when to call EMS after we did the CPR, it depends on the arrest itself. So, such as unwitnessed arrest where you are alone, you must provide CPR for 2 minutes before calling EMS and finding an AED. While for witness arrest with an accompanee where you aren't alone, if you witness the arrest, call EMS and retrieve an AED before initiating CPR. So especially when it comes to infant, are more likely to experience respiratory arrest before cardiac arrest.
Continue with me, Demi Shakira. My metric number is 075439. For the children, uh, on when to call the EMS, it depends on the unwitnessed arrest, which is when you are alone. Give them CPR for 2 minutes before calling EMS and finding an AED. If if it is witness arrest, call EMS and get an AED before starting CPR. Intervention crucial for children to prevent cardiac arrest. So for adults, on when do we need to call EMS? If it is unwitnessed arrest, give CPR for 2 minutes before calling EMS and finding an AED. If it is witness arrest, call EMS and get an AED before starting CPR. My name is Damia Shakira. My metric number is 075439. For this part, I will be explaining on choking in conscious infant. Firstly, you need to sit or kneel with the infant in your lap. If possible, remove the infant's clothing to expose the chest. Next, deliver 5 forceful back blows with the heel of your hand between the infant's shoulder blades. Then lay down the infant and support the back of the infant's head with one palm and the jaw and head. Give 5 chest thrusts. Deliver chest thrusts at a rate of 1 thrust per second with enough force to dislodge a foreign body. Then repeat back blows and chest thrusts until the object is expelled or the victim lost consciousness.
For the last slide, I would like to present about the choking in conscious for children and adults. For the first step, stand all knee behind the victims, wrapping your arms around their waist. Second, position one foot between the victim's feet and one foot behind you for stability. Based on the picture, place your fist above the victim's belly button and below the sternum. Grab your fist with your other hand. And lastly, administer forceful, distinct, and separate abdominal thrust until the foreign object is expelled or the victim becomes unconscious.